Welcome to Americana Archives. Today's headline is See Hoodoo and Cat. Engineers dread to see animal cross track. The subheadline says, especially if it is black, it is regarded as a sure sign of coming disaster. Some other superstitions. It says, the engineer and fireman are the firmest believers in the dangers of a black cat crossing the track in front of an engine, of the number 13 and its combinations, of wrecks lurking near haunted places along the track where some previous disaster occurred, says the Kansas City Times. And the list of beliefs runs on, almost without end. Life spent in the engine cab tends to develop the abnormal and imaginative in a man. A constant tension of the nervous system, enforced by a rigid attention to duty, a prolonged absence of speech, made necessary by the deafening roar of steam and grinding of brakes, the endless monotony of the track unwinding like a pair of ribbons, broken now and then by a sharp curve, and around which may lurk an unforeseen peril. All this counts in a man's mental training. The number 13 is the most ancient of railroad superstitions. Trainmen often refuse to take out a train of 13 cars. But the 13th day of the month holds no terror for them unless connected with another 13. Strangely enough, Friday the 13th is the same as any other day. But to take out engine 513 on the 13th of the month is suicidal. Some men bear the terrible record that brands them as hoodoos. They may be good jolly fellows, and railroaders will cheerfully meet them anywhere except on a train or on an engine. Here their past records prove them lightning conductors of disaster. The most widely known of these unfortunates of superstition is an engineer on the Chicago and Alton. The anonymous trainman never suffers himself, but more than 20 have died on the pilots of engines on which he held the throttle. In September 1907, Wabash accommodation running from Moberly to St. Louis crashed into an open switch at Mexico, Missouri, and killed 3. As D.B. Taylor, the fireman, was dragged out from beneath his engine, he said, "I saw a black cat run across the track, just as we pulled out of the yards. I said something would happen, but the fellows all laughed at me." Thus the hoodoo of the black cat, almost forgotten by railroad men, revived. Perhaps the most widely known tangible hoodoo west of the Mississippi River is an engine. Every few months, a headline says, "Number 847 kills another." This engine belongs to the Wabash, and more than 25 men have been killed, either in its cab or in coaches which it pulled. A mechanic in the repair shop told me that in repairs and damage suits, it had cost the company enough to buy 2 engines of like make, and he said it earnestly and had computed the cost with effort. Number 847 came to the Moberly, Missouri division with 15 fatalities to its credit there. It is said that the reason it was transferred was that railroad men on the Eastern Division refused to run it. Shortly after its wreck at Thompson, Missouri, October 26, 1907, in which 4 men were killed, a number of railroaders tried to form an anti-847 club, the purpose of which was to boycott the hoodoo engine off the division. The scheme failed, and now the man killer, as its homicidal nickname stands, runs regularly between Moberly and Kansas City. This story came from the great state of Arkansas, being reported in the Prescott Daily News of February 14, 1910. Thank you for joining us today. If you want to continue to uncover all of America's lost and forgotten history, then remember before you leave to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and remember to like and comment below. And we will see you next time on Americana Archives.